Is it that time already? Time for another weekly dose of Mass Effect Trilogy secrets. I don't know why I'm introducing the video like this, but apparently I want to. Welcome back to another secrets list from yours truly. Because I love the Mass Effect Trilogy so much, I've decided I'll keep doing these parts until there aren't 10 more secrets to find, and then I'll just not. And fortunately, it doesn't appear to be much of a problem here. You know the score by now. I love video game secrets. They're my favourite thing to find when playing games. I just like interesting Easter eggs and lore bits and things like that. So with all that said, please enjoy 10 Mass Effect secrets that many players missed part 4. I don't say many players missed to insult anybody's intelligence. I'm sure there are plenty out there who know exactly where to find these secrets and probably know them to a greater degree than I. However, plenty of people, and no doubt plenty of people watching, will still miss these things, so let's fix that. I shan't waste time chatting drivel, so let's simply begin. Secret number 1. Now, I haven't played Dragon Age, however, a moon from Dragon Age, or at least the asset for it, appears in Mass Effect 1. The world on which Dragon Age takes place has 2 moons, and one of them looks like this. Now, in Mass Effect 1, if we head to the Hawking Eater cluster to the Century system, we can find a moon called Pracerop, orbiting a planet called Klendagon. Upon landing on Pracerop, we can discover that this planet looks identical to the Dragon Age moon, albeit flipped, the design of which appears to be inspired by the appearance of Mars. Likely just an example of reusing assets anyway, as this design appears at least in one other place. However, Klendagon is a bit of an interesting planet, as this Great Rift Valley that stretches across its southern hemisphere is not natural. In fact, it was caused by a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power, likely intended to destroy a Reaper roughly 30 million years prior to the events of Mass Effect. The round also hit the Reaper, but I guess this just proves a certain theory from Mass Effect 2.
Sir Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space!
If you like the idea of Mass Effect and Dragon Age sharing a universe, I don't think this particular thing is alluding to that. However, there are other Dragon Age references in Mass Effect, of course, another of which will be in this video, so keep watching. Secret number 2. Within the Gagarin system of the Armstrong Nebula, we can find a planet named Antirumgon. The description of the world tells us that Antirumgon is a small rock and ice planet with a trace atmosphere of methane and ethane. The frozen surface is mainly composed of carbon, with deposits of calcium. Antirumgon has been used as a crude anchorage for terminus pirates for many years. The shells of temporary dwellings, blasted by Alliance frigate patrols, dot the surface, but always the pirates return to ground their ships' drive charges, chip out some water ice, and trade slaves and stories. The deeper layers of Antirumgon's interior are semi-liquid slush due to the presence of methanol, and it is thought that the bacterium in the deep core create this natural antifreeze, and some species of the terminus pirate drill through the ice crust to recover this natural alcohol. The joke is, pirates find naturally occurring alcohol on a planet named Antirumgon. I'm going to assume we all get the joke and we're just going to move on. Secret number 3. Within the same star system we can find a planet named Junthor. Or is it Junthor? I don't know. On this large terrestrial planet, surveyors found the ruins of a technical civilization near the equator, evidently the colony of an ancient spacefaring race. These ruins had subsided to almost nothing, merely wind-hollowed husks of arcologies and other megastructures. In the centre of the ruins was a single column whose inscriptions defied translation for several centuries, until Asari linguists finally managed a translation, and the carvings said merely, "Walk among these works and know our greatness." And the crude scratches on the base of the reverse side say, "Monsters from the Id," no doubt a nod to Forbidden Planet. And the relief carvings on the column are a nod to Percy Bysshe Shelley's poem Ozymandias. And maybe I've just discovered that if you say something quick enough, maybe people won't notice if you're pronouncing something wrong. Secret number 4 brings us to the planet Priscilla in the Hock system of Century Omega, for it's here where in the recent past a pirate band from the Terminus systems carved a message into the surface using ship-based laser weapons. In 100-meter wide Batarian syllabic, the message proclaims the military prowess and virility of one Captain Zaysh. A smaller postscript alludes to the questionable percentage of all humans. I think this basically means humans have smaller penises than Batarians or something. Unsurprising considering the friction between humans and Batarians, albeit somewhat schoolyard. Meanwhile, on Asteroid X-57 in the Bring Down the Sky expansion for Mass Effect 1, Batarian extremists are trying to hurl the asteroid towards Terra Nova and destroy the human colony. So, ever so slightly less childish, but infinitely more terrorist. This is where we will find secret number 5. Here on the map, we can find a transmission tower. And by transmission tower, of course, I mean a shed on a steep hill. Inside the transmission shed, we will find some curiosities. Upon examining the computer logs, we get this transcript. This computer is filled with operation logs and personal journals for a small pirate music station operated by X-57's engineers. It includes scripts for several promotional messages, none of which appear to have been recorded. Radio X-57, rocking this rock since 2182. When your world seems hollow, we help you touch the sky. Talk hard, your last best hope for rock within 300,000 kilometers. So what are these lines referencing? Well, when your world seems hollow, we help you touch the sky is a reference to the Star Trek episode For the World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky, in which the Enterprise discovers a generational asteroid ship on a collision course with an inhabited planet. Fitting for X-57. The line Talk Hard references Pump Up the Volume, a film in which a student operates a pirate radio station, and Your Last Best Hope for Rock within 300,000 kilometers is a reference to Babylon 5, as the last best hope for peace is sort of the motto of the Babylon 5 station. These are just warm-ups, however, as the real kicker of this transmission shed is what we find next. Examine the logs again and you'll get this message. You notice an open text file, the personal journal of the station operator. It reads in part, "Project Director wants to shut us down, says our music is too extreme, that we're inciting the younger workers to riot and sleep with aliens. I asked him if he'd listen to us. He said he talked to someone who'd heard about what we play." This was likely added to allude to the sex scene controversy that arose when Mass Effect 1 originally released in 2007, in which Cooper Lawrence made several allegations regarding the game's sex scenes and the possible negative effects it would have on its audience. When asked if she'd ever played the game, she said somebody described what happens to her. So this is possibly a jab at that entire debacle, as it must be incredibly frustrating to watch somebody go on television and blatantly mislead viewers. However, in the end, it was cleared up, and I'm sure in hindsight it was looked at as a funny joke. And this shed on an outcrop on an asteroid hurtling towards a human colony on an alien world is immortalizing it. Unless you don't stop the damn Batarians! Anyway, you can also activate the radio station and listen to the music, which is of course a very nice touch. Secret number 6. You do not want to know how many elevator rides I had to endure for this one. Whilst in an elevator in Mass Effect 1, you can hear various news articles along with conversations between your squad mates. One such news article is as follows.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
Now this sounds riveting in a hilarious fashion. The Elcor are a species that express emotion through pheromones and very slight body language. However, when it comes to vocally communicating, they speak with a monotone. So when interacting with people of other species, they typically specify the emotion that they're wishing to convey their words in before they speak. Now the joke comes full circle in Mass Effect 2, where we can find advertisements for Francis Kitt's Elcor Hamlet.
Now available on video, the abridged version of Francis Kitt's award-winning production of Hamlet, featuring an all-Elcor cast.
Fearful wonder, angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned, bring with thee airs from heaven or blasts from hell. Be thy intents wicked or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me.
And don't forget to catch Elcor Hamlet live, an unforgettable 14-hour experience.
In sincere endorsement, you have not experienced Shakespeare until you have heard him in the voice of Elcor.
As you can imagine, after 14 hours of that, you might even stop complaining about spin-offs for side characters in spin-offs for side characters. Anyway, I like when games throw in the occasional running joke to run in the background as you progress from one title to its sequel. It doesn't take away from a narrative's focus, but also touches down on conceptual absurdity. I'm imagining that secret number 7 is relatively well known. If you head to the Dark Star on level 28 of the Zaysh Ward in the Citadel in Mass Effect 2, you can take Commander Shepard binge drinking.
What'll it be?
I want the strongest thing you have.
Easy enough.
It's green.
And guaranteed to knock you on your ass. Unless you're Dextro DNA like me. If you are, it'll kill you. Anything else?
Let's have another one.
Anything else?
Not done yet.
I'm impressed. I've never seen anyone drink 3 of these. Anything else?
Hit me again.
How about we mix it up a little? This is genuine Batarian ale, uncut. Don't ask how I got it. I've been serving here 8 years. I've never seen anyone have this and stay on their feet. Anything else?
Do it.
Okay, for you, something special. This is Krogan liquor, Rincall. You'll set off radiological alarms after you drink it. Should I pour you a quad?
Hell yeah. Put more of the stuff in the thing where stuff goes in.
Your funeral, pal.
After you black out from drinking simply too much alcohol, you wake up on the bathroom floor with your squad mates standing over you concerned for your well-being, whilst a Turian is having a piss in the nearby toilet and staring at you judgingly. You'll be completely sober now, however you can head straight back to the same Turian at the bar and get just as drunk again, with the exact same interaction for some reason. You can also ask this lovely fella if there are any rumours or news.
Hear about anything interesting going on around here?
I serve drinks. If you want to know what's going on, check the news.
In that case, I think I'll have another bev. I'm Commander Shepard and I have a crippling alcohol problem. Secret number 8. We all love video games, right? After all, you're watching this video, I'm making this video. We're peas in a pod. Well, as it turns out, in the Mass Effect universe, video games are just as prevalent as on level 28 of the Zaysh Ward. Outside of the Dark Star, you can find a Solarian selling video games.
I wish they still made role-playing games like they used to. These days, it's all big choices and visceral combat. I miss those old games, where you had to remember to drink water, and it took 5 hours real time to fly somewhere. Do you have an account with us? If you open one, we have a special this month. You can download a game free. The worst thing about extranet games is when some Batarian comes on and insists on speaking his own language without auto-translation. I don't get the complaints about the Grim Terminus Alliance games. So what if you can capture and beat slaves? It's just a game. You know anyone who plays that extranet game, Third Coil? Me neither. You sure hear about it a lot in the news, though. I know it looks like I'm not working, but there's only so many times you can sweep the place. If games were still available on OSD, I could alphabetize the racks or something. Do you play those human sports games? They sell well in the Alliance, and to Krogan. Have you tried Galaxy of Fantasy yet? I love that game. It's based on Turian mythology, but it's really fun. I hear it has 11 billion players now. Do you have any games you'd like to trade in? You get 2 credits toward a new game. You know what's good? Alliance Corsair. The battles are pretty realistic, but it's still fun, and you can install it on an Omni tool. For 10 credits, we offer data protection for any game we sell. If the copy protection ever malfunctions, you can download a new copy free. Those Asari Hanar porn games they sell in Shinakiba are really nasty.
This fella likes to capture and beat slaves in his video games, which is of course very nice, but then again, I'm a right sadist, who am I to talk? Anyway, this fella has more dialogue than he has any right to possess, so if you like video games and want to experience them, or hearing about them at the very least, whilst playing a video game, he's your man. Secret number 9. During the Mass Effect 2 Kasumi expansion, if you're playing the Legendary Edition it's just standard, the loyalty mission for Kasumi takes you to the planet of Beckenstein. Upon arrival, your mission is to infiltrate the vault of arms dealer Donovan Hock. When exploring the vault, you may notice a strange creature.
Wow. Imagine that thing coming at you in a dark alley.
This creature is of course a Darkspawn Ogre from Dragon Age. Though just an Easter egg, it's arguably a sturdier talking point for a potential joint universe than the reuse of an asset. Secret number 10 takes us to the port observation on the crew deck of the Normandy in Mass Effect 3. You may find Tali here indulging in a self-destructive habit. We'll ignore her. We're here to check out this snazzy poker table that nobody ever uses, as it could possibly be yet another Star Trek reference. This could possibly be a nod to the poker table frequently used by the Enterprise crew in Star Trek The Next Generation. It's not similar in appearance, so I could be barking up the wrong tree for no reason, but with the Star Trek inspired Systems Alliance emblem in the centre, I'm willing to believe that this is indeed a nod. And I believe that brings us comfortably to the end of 10 more Mass Effect Trilogy secrets many players missed. I may enjoy producing this format of video a little bit too much if I'm being honest with myself, but it's comfortable and I can branch out into other games as a result of it, so I'm quite happy with how it's going. If there are any games you'd like me to explore and plunge into, and I don't know where I'm going with my syntax here, but if there are any games you'd like me to check out the secrets in and make a video on, then let me know in the comments. I can't imagine there not being a part 5 for the Mass Effect trilogy, because why not if the secrets are there, of course. But thank you all for watching this video. I really hope that you've enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be super fantastic. If you like history content, follow the link in the description to my history channel that I'm running with a couple mates. It's been great fun, we've got some decent content up there and we finally got monetized. So a thank you to everybody who's helped us make that happen. But if you're not interested in that and you like my content here, that's perfectly fine. There's plenty of stuff coming this way too. And with everything said, with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point. But until next time, please take care and goodbye.